Hi everybody, my name is Michael Anderson. I'm the director of the New York City chapter of Achilles International. We are an organization that empowers people with all different types of disabilities to get involved with athletic programming and social connection. I'm also a certified running coach, and I'm really excited to get you all started on this running and walking program to help you to start to introduce a new fitness program and start to introduce more fitness goals into your life. Let's get started. To get started, I wanted everyone to know a few things. Number one, don't be intimidated. This is going to be a fun program for people of all skill levels. So if you are not a runner and you only walk, please join us. It's really important. I want everyone to remember the rule of 10%. So if you are either walking or running or doing a run-walk combination, remember 10%. Each week you should be adding just a little bit to your routine, 10% for example. So if you are out walking, say 20 minutes a day, 3 to 4 days a week, try to increase that by just 10% the following week. It's a good way to start to increase the amount of fitness you're doing without putting a strain on your body. And again, the walking is so important. So if don't be intimidated into thinking I have to be a runner to get fit. Walking is a great way for you to get started. Another thing is, if you are comfortable walking and want to start to introduce running into your routine, we certainly encourage that as well. We're going to be going over some ways to start to gradually increase and introduce walking into your fitness regimen in a non-intimidating and safe way. Another thing I wanted to add is if you either walk or run with orthotics or you have an upper or lower body impairment, this program is still for you. Absolutely. That is something that we do at Achilles International. We work with people with all different types of disabling conditions, and we find a way to make sure that they are out there getting fit through programming and through the connections that we make through coaching and other social activities. So please, I just want to reiterate, this is a program for everybody of all levels. So please join us. We're going to get started with some warm-up routines in just a moment.
Hi everybody, this is Rachel Narwald. I know I've had the pleasure to meet most of you guys when we enrolled you for the trial. We are so lucky to have Michael here to help us with our exercise program. I just wanted to let you all know that if you have any questions that you want me to ask Michael throughout this whole process, feel free to email me and we can always pass things on to him, because this is going to be a moving target, right? Our fitness journey is going to be changing all throughout our life, so we really want to give you the education and the tools that you're going to need. So Michael, we're so thrilled to have you. One of the major questions I get a lot from people is, what do they need to do to prep before exercise? Should they be exercising it on an empty stomach? You know, should they always have water with them? What would you kind of tell people about how to prep?
I'm glad you brought up water. Number one, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Make sure you're drinking water throughout the day. Make sure you're drinking water before you start your exercise routine. As far as nutrition goes, you're going to be getting some healthy eating tips from the program, so please continue to have those as part of your daily routine. Now, for what you should be doing before a run or walk, try to if you're going to do it after breakfast or after lunch, try to space it out so that your routine is about 2.5 to 3 hours after you have had your meal, your healthy meal, having the right portions.
Yeah.
As far as nutrition before your run goes, a banana is great. It's a great way to do it. Some people like to put a little bit of peanut butter on it. Maybe an energy bar. Now, I'll caution you with the energy bars. They are great. I love my Clif bars. Keep in mind, they are pretty high in calorie and sugars.
Yes.
I often split them into thirds. You don't need an entire Clif bar. It's almost like eating a meal. So try to get in your hydration. As I said, throughout the day, have a nice big cup of water before you start your routine, and find something healthy like a banana or a healthy energy bar, and have that about 20 minutes before you start your walk.
Perfect, thank
Everybody,
you.
I'm going to take you through a series of few exercises that are low impact and easy to do, that are going to help you, that you should do before you start your running or walking routine. You might want to grab onto a tree or a pole or a wall or something. I always find it helpful. First thing we're going to do is start out with some nice easy leg kicks. So keeping the back straight, I want you to plant your left foot and start swinging that right foot nice and high as you can. Really feel that, get the blood flowing. Should feel nice and good. Should do this for about 15 to 20 seconds, and then we're gonna switch. And now we are going to swing it out side to side. If you're comfortable enough, try to swing the leg out in front and then out to the side and then in back. If that's too hard, you can just do it straight out side to side. So same deal, we're gonna do this for about 15 to 20 seconds. And when you hit about that 15 to 20 second mark, I want you to switch sides, plant that right foot, kick that left leg out. Gets the blood flowing.
You know, I don't know about you, Michael, but I often find that one of my sides is so much better than the other as far as my balance and flexibility. So I think that's pretty common, right? If you're left-handed, right-handed.
You're not the only one. Let's swing it out to the side now. Keeping that back straight as we do it. Okay, feels good. Got the blood flowing, starting to get, you really feel the heart rate going now. Okay, next thing we're going to do is an important exercise. This is great for injury prevention. This is a stretch to really work on the IT band. So I want you to stand feet shoulder length apart, hands on your hips, back nice and straight. I want you to take your right hand and then arch it up and over, keeping the back straight. And then go and lean to the left as far as you can, but do not bounce. And just hold this position for about 8 to 10 seconds. Take some nice deep breaths. This exercise is great for getting your IT band warmed up, and like I said, great for injury prevention. Okay, I want us to slowly come out of this, and now do the opposite side. Hand on right hand on hip, and then back straight, and then arch it on over. Go as far as you can go, but do not bounce. You just hold this position for about 8 to 10 seconds.
And it's so important to remember to breathe, guys. I know that is one of my biggest things. I hold my breath, so really, really try to keep that breathing going.
Nice deep breaths, and then slowly come out of it. Very good. Let's move on to the next. And once again, keeping our back nice and straight, I want you to take your right hand, bring it up across your chest, take the left hand, secure your elbow, and then gently pull it in nice and tight. So really loosen things up and just get you ready for your walking routine here.
And it's so great. You know, a lot of us are sitting at our desk, whether it's at home or at the office now, for a lot of hours during the day. So it's so important, you know, to try to loosen up a little bit and get that blood flowing after you spent most of your day sedentary, right?
Definitely, Rachel. This is stuff you can do at home too.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's gradually lower that right arm, and now do the opposite. Left hand up across the chest. Use the right hand to secure the elbow, and then gently bring it in. Feel that stretch. You should really feel it. Nice. Again, take some nice deep breaths throughout. And relax. And we're gonna do one more, and that is some nice arm circles. So spread out. This is perfect for social distancing. And I want you to do forward some nice small circles. Once again, back straight. And then after about 10 seconds, we're gonna reverse it. Let's do the reverse. Come forward again, and now I want you to widen those circles, but not too wide, so we don't want to hurt our rotator cuff. This starts to get hard. You're going to start to get a little winded. And reverse, and do this nice and slowly. And if this feels too much, shorten the circles. All right. Feel good?
Very good.
We have one more to go. We're back. I moved us to flat ground for our last exercise, for our pre-walk run warm-up, and this is going to be leg kicks. So what I want you to do is we're going to switch from side to side. I want you to lift your left leg and punch out your right arm, and then switch it. So it's going to look just like this. Left leg, right arm, right leg, left arm. And we're going to keep doing it. And up. And if this is too hard for you, like I said, you can always grab a wall or a tree and slow it. Another thing is if you're finding you're having balance issues doing it this way, another thing you can do is keep it to one side only. So right leg, right leg, right leg,
Nice.
over and over if it's too hard to switch side to side, and then switch and do left leg, left leg, left leg. This is gonna get you nice and warmed up. So we do this for about 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go into our run. Can you feel it, Rachel?
I can feel it.
I know.
Feeling the burn.
All right, let's do this. In a few minutes, we're gonna show you some ways to get your program started in a method called the run-walk method, where we alternate walking and running together. Now, when you are ready to run, some important things to keep in mind is form. One of the most important things. So if you're new to running, you want to keep a few things in mind. First of all, you want to relax the shoulders as much as possible. Don't be running hunched. Don't be leaning back. Relax the shoulders. A good thing to keep in mind is pretend you have two really important legal documents rolled up and you're holding them, but you don't want to get them scrunched. You're holding them gently, but they have to remain rolled up like this. So this is basically how your hands should look when you're running. Again, if you do this, it's okay. If you do this, and some running coaches like to say, imagine you're holding some crystals, but you don't want to crush them. So just as long as the hands are relaxed and generally look like I'm holding them now, you're good. Now, you want to swing the arms in a natural motion like I'm doing now. Try to keep a couple things in mind. Imagine there is a glass plate right here at chest level. And if you and you want to be just touching it. So you're just touching the glass plate at chest level, you're good. If you're swinging too high, you're going to crash the glass plate. You don't want that.
No.
Another thing is, imagine that there is another glass plate right down the center of your chest. And if you're just touching it, it's okay. It's not going to break if you're just touching it. But if you're swinging too hard, it's going to shatter, and you don't want that. So those are some good things to keep in mind for form.
Perfect.
Now, as far as foot striking goes, this is a hot topic. Some people have a tendency to strike on their heel. You don't want to do that. That's going to be uncomfortable. Some people like to really sprint and they land on the ball of their foot. That's great if you're a sprinter, but for our purposes, you just want to generally strike at mid-foot.
Okay.
Mid-foot, nice and easy. This is all working in unison. Strike mid-foot. If you're leaning forward slightly, that's okay. It's almost like, imagine if you were about to fall off a curb.
Yes.
Would you catch yourself?
Yes.
That's your body propelling itself naturally. So keep those things in mind. Strike mid-foot. Let your body take you naturally forward, almost like as a spring is gently pulling you. And then relax the shoulders, swing the arms, but don't hunch and don't overswing.
Perfect.
Keep those things in mind, and you're going to do great.
Awesome.
Any questions?
No, perfect.
Now, when you get started on a run-walk routine, if you have a watch, that's great. You can even do it on your phone. So, for example, when you're ready to start your run, click start. And based on your comfort level, anywhere from 30 seconds to up to 2 minutes of running, followed by another 30 seconds up to 2 minutes of walking. We're going to show you more in just a moment.
All right, just synchronize our watches.
We're synced up. So we're going to start with walking. For our routine, you're going to want to get started with about 2 to 3 minutes of walking before you go into your running. So we're just about there. We've been walking for just about 2 minutes, ready to go into a light run.
Ready.
Okay, let's do this. Like I said, just nice and easy. Swing those arms, concentrate on the form. Feel great. Relaxed. Don't go too fast. Okay, so Rachel, earlier we were talking about the importance of doing a full-on walk
Yes.
or a combination run-walk.
Yes.
If you are just walking, that's great. Try to do a little bit more walking each week. Try to remember that 10% rule.
Yes.
Gradually increase your walking by 10%.
Yes.
Now, if you are so inclined to get started with introducing running into your routine, that's awesome. What I would love is to start with just 30 seconds of running if you're new to running.
Great.
So, after you've walked for 2 to 3 minutes, try to run for 30 seconds.
Okay.
See how that feels.
Great.
Following that 30 seconds, take another 30-second walk break, or longer if you need to.
Perfect.
Perhaps you want to walk for 2 minutes.
Sure.
Then try that 30 seconds again. If that's too easy for you, you want to try 60 seconds, maybe even 2 minutes of light running,
Sure.
followed by another 1 minute to 2 minutes of walking. That works just as well. As long as you're moving, that's the important
Perfect.
thing, right?
Yeah, it sounds like there's no right or wrong, you know, basically just trying to improve bit by bit, get
That's-
out there, do what you can, right? You're going to have better days, worse days, you know. I think just having a goal in mind is really helpful. So thank you.
That is 100% true. Another thing to keep in mind as you really start to progress, you might at some point say, I don't even need to walk. I'm going to run for 20 minutes. That's great. But
Great.
again, it's all about the gradual build-up. We don't want to start with running a 5K right off the bat.
Right.
We want to build up.
We
to
got
it.
to ease in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, that's been about 2 minutes of walking. You want to get started with about 30 seconds of running?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Hey, this is a nice strong finish. And remember, when you're done running, you want to find water. Rachel, how was the run?
It was amazing.
That
Thank
was-
you. I feel so much better. You know, if I could tell people, you're never going to regret working out. You're never going to. You know, you're going to have a lot of excuses sometimes, but when you're done, you're always going to feel amazing.
I always say the same thing. It's tough to motivate.
Yes.
It's tough to get out the door.
Yes.
But I never come back from a long walk or a run and say, oh, I wish I had not have done that. I'm always happy
Exactly.
after that I did.
Exactly.
Awesome. So that was great. We did some walking. We did some running. We did a combination. Got that heart rate going.
Yes.
The important thing was we were just out there moving, and that's what we want everyone to be focused on. Okay, now that we're done, we want to do some cool down stretches.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. I want you to plant your hands up against the tree at shoulder height. Now I want you to take your right foot and bring it back. And I want you to plant your and just gently push it against the tree. You're not really pushing. What we're doing is we're planting our body's energy into the right, into the right heel. Just feel that nice little calf stretch.
It feels great.
Feels good, right?
Mhm.
Keep the back straight and breathe as we do this. I want to do this for about 15 seconds. And again, back straight, just gently pushing against the tree, focusing the body's energy into that right heel. And now let's switch. Right foot forward, left foot back, back straight, just gently pushing against the tree, right knee bent, and focus that body's energy and weight into that left heel. Feel that calf stretch. Can you feel it?
Definitely.
Nice. This feels great.
It does.
Really needed this.
Feels really good.
And relax. Shake it out a little bit. Next up, I want to do a stretch that really helps to alleviate any discomfort you might have in your hamstring muscles. So we're going to keep our back nice and straight. I want you to put your left foot out, bend the right knee, keep the back straight, and just sort of lower your body's weight. You need to grab onto a wall or tree or something for this, totally fine.
I definitely feel that.
Can you feel that stretch in the hamstring?
Absolutely.
Really, you definitely need it after a workout
This
like
is great because, you know, some people feel a little dizzy bending down, I feel a little uncomfortable that way, extra strain. It's a really, really gentle movement, but I really feel it.
Exactly. That's why
Great.
we're doing this standing up. No need to get down on the ground for
Right.
this. So after about 10 to 15 seconds of doing this, feeling that nice little burn a little bit while you're taking your deep breaths, gently come out of it and we'll switch sides. So I want you to plant the left foot, bring the right foot forward, bend the left knee, and then lower your body a little bit so you feel that nice little burn in your hamstring muscle. Very good. And again, nice deep breaths. Hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds. need to run through the whole thing as we did it before, but once again, I want to do the stretch that focuses on our IT band. So back straight, hands on hips. Take your right hand, gently arch it over, and go as far as you can go without bouncing. Hold this position for 10 seconds. Nice deep breaths, and then we'll switch sides. Sound good?
Perfect.
I want to thank everyone for joining us. Rachel, thanks for doing this. This was so much fun. And again, I just want everyone to feel excited about getting out and getting motivated. This is a safe, non-intimidating program for walkers and runners of all skill levels. So try not to think about comparing yourself to your neighbor who runs marathons or your friend from school who was a super fit athlete in college. None of that matters. You're just out here to focus on your own health and well-being and get yourself out walking and running, and the important thing is to just keep moving. Now, if you're interested in learning more about what Achilles International does, just visit our website, achillesinternational.org. You'll learn a little bit more about our mission and the work we do with athletes with disabilities and people of all different skill levels. It's a really wonderful organization, so check us out. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much again for joining us. We were so fortunate to have Michael. Thank you so much, just giving us amazing tips. I think exactly what he has said is just what we want you guys to all take home from this, is that you are, any level is perfect. You're only in competition with yourself. You know, only every day are you making goals, are you trying to get better. As I said earlier, it's a moving target. So there's going to be times when you're really doing wonderful, and there's going to be times maybe, you know, you take one step forward, 2 steps back. As Michael said, we just don't want you giving up. You know, you may go out there and find that running is your next great love, and you may not, you know, so we really want you to just be able to get out there, get moving, get more confidence in your body, and build up that endurance. And then, you know, the world is your oyster. So we really want to be here to support you. Please reach out to me, send me email questions, anything that I can do to support you guys. And really do take advantage of the Achilles program. I think it is an excellent program that you guys could all really benefit from. So we hope to see you guys in the next month or so when we do our next event. And just get out there and get moving.